Huh. I just noticed that green and black. That's my little sidewalk snowplow right there. There you go. Snowplow in yoga class. Get on. There we go. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me just a little more technical. Let me pull this forward so you can see me. I'm not so tiny. There we go. That's better. Welcome to your yoga. Thank yourself for this time you're giving to your body, your breath, allowing the mind to take a little bit of a rest. So I invite you to start in a steady, comfortable seat. In yoga, steady, comfortable are the two keys. You want to be safe, not worried about tipping, balance. So in a steady chair, on a non-slip surface, I do have little grips on the bottom of my socks. So whatever is steady for you, and then comfortable, because mostly we want to be able to breathe. And so if at any point you feel yourself straining or holding your breath, come back out just a bit and allow yourself to breathe. That is more what about what this is breath, which heals us. Want to do that. So I invite you to close your eyes if you'd like, or lower your gaze just out in front of you a bit. And if you can, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If that's not possible, congestion, or whatever, if you can breathe in a little through the nose, or just a gentle open mouth, not locking the jaw, maybe parting the lips just a bit. But for a moment, just sit with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Notice your jaw and shoulders. Notice your hips, legs, feet. Ease in the forehead. And thinking about our feet, lift the toes and just gently rock the feet from side to side. So we notice the balls of our feet, the heels. This is our foundation. Standing, walking. And breathe, just notice balls of the feet. Good, pause. And again, with the eyes closed, just noticing as you lift the heels to come to the back bottom of the toes and lower the heels and lift the balls of the feet and feel the ankles, pressing the heels into the ground. So a few times of lifting the heels, lifting the toes. Eyes closed, just notice the legs, hips. Again, ease in the jaw and shoulders. And then a gentle rock to the knees side to side. Just noticing, since we're steady in our seat, we can keep our eyes closed and think more about the movement than what it looks like. Just breathe. Let the shoulders go. Good. Come to stillness. And open the eyes if you'd like. I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see. As we exhale, I'm gonna slide my hands down my knees and tuck my tailbone under as if I was tucking a sheet under the mattress. So exhale, you drop the head, kind of slide the fingers down the knee, maybe the palms go to the knees, exhale. With the inhale, we're gonna start with the tailbone, out and up, drop the belly, reach the heart forward. You can slide the elbows back for an inhale. And exhale, tailbone first, kind of feel that movement up the spine, flexion. Inhale, tailbone first, extension, and do a little back bend. Elbows can come back as much as feels good, no strain. So just move through that a couple of times, listening to your own breath, thinking about your tailbone first. This is cat cow, so it's our cow on the inhale, kind of mooing that, and then our cat on the exhale. Just move a few on your own. If it feels good to pause in one particular place, you kind of feel something speaking to you and you want to sit there for a moment and breathe into it, do that. Your practice. Mine are suggestions. Let's do one more cow. And when you go back to cat, pause there. Now really reach the fingers kind of down the shins or over the knees, whatever is your range. Letting the head fall, we're going to breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose if you can. Just nice, slow, deep breaths. And notice, ease in the jaw, ease in the feet. Breathing into that back space. It's nice to get into the lower lobes of the lungs. Improves the blood circulation, oxygenated blood. Promotes healing and balance. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to move that tailbone out and up, slide the elbows back again to your range, reaching the heart forward, maybe looking up, but don't strain the neck. If you find all of a sudden you're holding your breath, that's too much. Just move your head back out a little bit. And now we feel that breath into the front space of the body, sort of bringing the shoulder blades together, opening up the heart, breathe. Very nice. Nice inhale. Now exhale, belly to spine to bring us back to neutral. We're going to use that core in, draw it in together to the spine, to our neutral seat. Very nice. Let's have our hands in cactus. Goalpost, cactus. Good. Turning the wrists, palms facing out and then in. Just sort of notice your range. If this bothers your shoulder at all, just drop them down, drop those elbows down. You're still getting the wrist movement. Find your range, sort of sit with that outward range, pinkies trying to face inward, fingers nice and wide. Good. Belly to spine if you find yourself thinking too much and all of a sudden you're in a back bend. So notice your belly. Good, and then rotate through. So find your palms, maybe your pinkies coming back around the other way. Good, elbows down, and then reach up, inhale. Exhale, sweep them down. Back palms facing each other, inhale up. Exhale, float them down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, float them down. Good. Holding onto the side of the chair or tucking your fingers under on one side. We're going to inhale, sweep up and over. And use that core, that belly. Exhale, come back to seated, upright. Good. Inhale over. Exhale, nice. Back to center. Good. Again, if this bothers your shoulder, you just drop it down. Think about that side body. Exhale back. Now we'll hold this time, either arm up or down, doesn't matter. Breathe. Trying not to grip, keeping your balance with your down hand, but just thinking about the body in one plane. Shoulders over hips. Breathe. Hip, ribs, shoulder, elbow, fingertips. Good. Big inhale and exhale. Draw that belly in, come up to seated, float that arm down. Nice. Take a little shoulder roll. And other side. Inhale over to sort of find your balance. Use your legs as a little tripod if that feels good. Exhale, belly to spine, using that whole core body to sit us up. We don't want to strain the low back. Inhale over. Exhale. Again. Ease in the jaw. Exhale. Good. Let's hold it this time. Keeping that opposite side seat down. We're going to keep our shoulder over our hips, even if you drop the elbow or cross it across the hand across the chest. Keeping that space, that hip up through the ribs, the shoulder, maybe the elbow and fingers. Breathe. Good. Big inhale. Belly to spine. Draw that core in and up. Very nice. Let's sweep both arms up. Maybe look up. Exhale down. One more time. Just feels nice. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Little shoulder roll one way, nice and slow. Notice. With your arms down here, think about the biggest circle you can make with your shoulders, as if you had a pencil on the outside of your shoulder and you were trying to draw a very large circle. Breathe. You might feel a natural breath in, coming up and back, and then a natural exhale down and forward. But you notice. Good. Pause in the spot that sort of spoke to you the most. So for you, maybe it was back or down or up. But in that circle in this direction, kind of pause for a moment in the spot that's yours and breathe. Let the neck go, jaw. Very nice. And now opposite way. Nice big circle, breathe. Engaging the muscles in a different way when we reverse. So think about it as you move nice and slow. When we come to our stopping spot, what gets your attention in the circle? So find that place, might be a different spot this time. Pause and breathe, wherever it was for you. Ease in the jaw, the feet, breathe. Good, big inhale. Exhale, belly to spine, and come to neutral. Very nice. Our last seated thing for now. Inhale up. Big reach, tall spine, and as we exhale, we're going to lower down, hand to opposite knee, gentle twist, looking over the back shoulder. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, belly to spine, draw everything back, unwind. Pause for an inhale, and exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. We're just protecting the low back with our twists. Pause here. And then exhale, finding a little space. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Very nice. Lower down. Very nice. Take any movements that feel good. Let's go ahead and roll the ankles a bit. Waking up the feet one way and then the other. Very nice. So we're going to come to standing and work in chair. So not just standing up, but thinking about how we're standing up. So we're sliding the feet under the knees. The spine is nice and straight. We're using our knee hinge and our hip hinge to come up. I'm going to lean forward slightly. You can always have a chair nearby you or a counter. Practices that a counter of this way of getting up doesn't work for you. Lifting the toes. So as you lean forward, you feel your weight in the balls of your toes and your heels. If you're way back in your heels, maybe lean forward a little bit. So we're going to use our exhale to push the ground away and kind of lift us up through the core. So inhale, exhale, nice back, straight back, up, good. Inhale, lower down, kind of soften that pelvic floor. Exhale, draw in and up. We're using our whole body to stand, not just our low back, not just our knees. Inhale, exhale. Great practice. Once more. Exhale. And we're going to come down and pause. So find your challenge point. Noticing if you're lifting your toes, where are your feet? Where is your weight in the balls of your feet and your heels? We want it even. If you're a little too far forward, lift the heart. If you're a little too far back in your heels, bring the seat forward a bit. Breathe. Good, good. Inhale and exhale. Pushing forward to standing. Very nice. So now my chair right here by my side, if needed. Okay. Tadasana, mountain pose. So mountain pose is hips over feet, shoulders over hips. The head is in neutral. Your ears may come back just a hair, just a hair. Mostly that cue will just have you stand a little taller. So we don't want to crank it back, but just to notice how you're standing. Roll the shoulders up and back and let them rest. And Tadasana. Toes lifted, noticing that foundation. So important, holds us up all day. We stand here with our breath and appreciate it for a moment. Ease in the jaw, ease in the hands. Very nice. Roll the wrists, piano the fingers, one way and then the other. Great. Let's start out with a little motion in our warrior two. So I'm going to step out my left foot. I'm just going to use right and left. Try to lessen the confusion in my own self. Left knee is bent. Right toes are perpendicular to the left toes. Hips over the ankles. But if your hips turn a little bit, that's okay. Hips are kind of the boss here. We don't want to strain your groin, inside legs. Reaching out over the ankles. You can put the palms up to kind of lower your shoulders down from your ears. And then you can turn them back over if you'd like. Active pose. We're not standing here. Warrior. So pressing into the floor and like you're separating the mat in the center. Reaching through the fingertips. Very active. Strong pose. We'll breathe here. Looking out over the left fingers. Ease in the jaw, but strengthen the arms. Strengthen the legs. Pushing into the floor and out. Breathe. Very nice. Having your chair nearby, if you need that, we're going to do a little motion. So we're going to inhale, sweep that left arm up and bring the right arm under, kind of cupping the body in space, sort of like a big ball. And then exhale, opposite. So sweeping the left arm under and right arm over. Inhale. Exhale. Kind of a dancing warrior. Engaging that core as we lean the body over the leg, over the left leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If following your hand doesn't work for you, then you can just keep your head steady and not lift your head. It is a balance challenge. Good. We're going to pause here. Just drop the wrist gently to the left knee and extend that right arm. So our line from our ankle to our fingertips. Breathe. Good. Then on your next inhale, we're going to sweep that right arm back. Lift the left hand up. Going to come back to your capacity, your balance. Fingertips light on the right leg. Inhale and exhale, warrior two. Very nice. Keeping that front knee open. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to waist. Turn the left toes. And then turn the right toes. So we've turned our warrior two. Bend the right knee. We're going to keep that knee open. Heart is facing the same direction as the left toes. And the hip is where it needs to be. The pelvis, where it needs to be. Arms outstretched. So strong. Find that strength. Find that warrior. Pressing into the ground. Opening it up beneath you. Reaching those fingers. Strong fingers through the fingertips. Gentle, happy yoga face. Strong warrior pose. Again, if you want to rotate the palms to kind of bring the ears have a way of creeping up sometimes. Just keep those down. Breathe. Keeping those feet active. Good. And moving into our dancing warrior. So, this will be exhale over the right leg. Inhale, sweeping the arms, following the hand if you can. You can also place one hand on your chair, right to your side or in front of you, and do the motion that way. Inhale. Exhale. Don't forget about the right knee staying open, strong feet. Couple more, very nice. Last one with movement. And next time you come down, place that right wrist gently, extended side angle. If this bothers your shoulder, you just drop it down. We've kept the line from our shoulder down to our ankle, or you can extend it up through the fingertips. Breathe. So strong. Good. On the next inhale, gonna draw that right hand up. Pause here. You can look up at the hand or not. Keep that right knee open. Feet are active. Maybe you lift your toes so you're really aware of your foundation. Breathe. Good. Inhale and exhale, warrior two. Very nice. Inhale up, arms up. Exhale, hands to waist, turn the toes. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see me. You can bring your stance in a little bit. If it feels too much, we're going to do a little bit of leaning back and leaning forward. Chair. Inhale, back, sort of reaching the hip points forward. And then just a nice slow exhale, hinging only at the hip. We're going to keep our back straight here. So it doesn't matter how far you come over. Keeping your shoulders back, your hamstrings are kind of the boss here. If you'd like, you can place your hands on the top of your chair or the seat of your chair, or keep them on your waist. But the straight back. So for you, if this not leaning over, that's great. Breathe into those hamstrings. Breathe. Very nice. Wherever your hands are, place them at the top of your hips. And we're going to very gently come up, roll up, but supporting our low back because we just asked a lot of it. We don't want to stress it by just bringing it right up. Very nice. And Tadasana. Mountain pose. And lift the toes. Maybe you kind of grab the ground with your toes, kind of give the toes a little grabbing stretch motion, and then come to stillness. And just noticing the breath, easing the jaw, easing the shoulders. Sitting here for a moment with that energy you created and just enjoying it as it moves through the body. Very nice. Piano the fingers, roll the wrists. Let's sweep up, hello day. And exhale. Very nice. I'm going to take another step. I'm going to take sort of one small pace forward. So my toes are facing this, my hips are facing in the same direction. My hip points are facing same as my left toes. And my right foot might be open a little bit, like 45 degrees. If it's more comfortable for your hip or your knee to be up on your heel, up on the balls of your toes, your heel lifted, or maybe your foot is flat. That's fine. We're going to keep our front leg, our left leg straight, not pressing through the back of the knee. If you have super bendy knees, making sure not to press through the back. We're going to keep the legs straight here. We're going to inhale, arms up. Then exhale, bring the arms behind the back, either hands resting on the low back. Fingers can be clasped here if that's accessible to you. Rolling the shoulders up and back. Kind of find that space in the heart, in front of the shoulder. Very nice. We'll inhale, look up slightly. And then exhale, hinging just at that left hip, thinking about that left hip crease. We're going to bring that left hip, tuck it under the body. Keeping the shoulders back. So again, this will limit how far forward you might come, and that's fine. Keeping the head in neutral, so we don't want to strain the neck or tuck the chin. And if you'd like, you can lift the hands, clasp or otherwise, up from the low back. And breathe. So strong. Again, maybe lift the toes, feel into that foundation, breathe. Shoulders are back, spine is straight. Whatever that is for you. Very nice. Now again, when we come up, we're going to use our exhale. So when I cue inhale, when we exhale, we're going to draw the belly in and think of drawing those knuckles down to the back of your right heel. So inhale, exhale, belly to spine, reaching the arms back. Nice. And release. Very nice. Step forward. We always want to use our whole body as much as we can to relieve stress on the low back. Step back, left foot, just one pace. Again, find your footing for whatever reason, either up on your heel, it works with this position as well, or heel down. Very nice. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms behind you, but opposite cross, kind of awkward grab, not your go-to. Or again, you can have your hands stacked in your low back. We don't stress out shoulders here. Shoulders are the boss. You need to honor that. Very nice. Not pressing through the back of the right knee. Inhale, look up. And exhale, hinging at that right hip, but keeping the right hip under you. Head is in neutral. We're not looking up. We're not tucked. Breathe. This side might be different. Just notice. Shoulders are back. And if you'd like, you can lift those hands away from the low back. Breathe. Ease in the face. So strong. Very good. Reach a little bit more. Breathe. Again, thinking about our whole body. Exhale. We'll inhale here. And exhale, belly to spine. Knuckles drawing down. And release. Step forward. Nice. Tadasana. Pause here. Good. Opening the eyes. We're going to do a little balance work. So you can have a chair nearby. Because if you're tippy, if you feel like you're falling, then that's what you're thinking about. You're not thinking about your breath and your grounding. You're thinking about not falling. So these practices are good. The two things we're going to do are good standing with your back against the wall. If you have an injury that's preventing you from being balanced or steady on your feet, or you have a balance issue today, just honor that and work with it. So a door jamb, a wall, all of that can work to support your back while you do this. So we're going to inhale, sweep up. Big open mouth, exhale. Very nice. I'm stepping my left foot over my right. And if that doesn't work, you can step your left foot in front of your right. So in front of, to the side of, whatever works for you. And if you'd like, you can draw it in a little bit. If we're making our foundation a little bit narrower, it's more of a balance challenge. Step out, nice and steady. Stepping in, you might feel some teetering, which is fine if you're good with that, with your breath. And again, our chair is always here. We're going to inhale, reach up. I'm going to take my left wrist with my right hand. Inhale, reach for the sky, and exhale over to the right. Pausing here, breathe. Again, if that is not good for your shoulder, lower down, no problem. You can challenge yourself by, find something that's challenging with your hands, because we want to bobble a little bit. That's our brain working on balance. We're lying down, we're not working on balance. If we're standing rock still, we're not working on balance. So breathe. And if you have this, maybe you shift your feet in a little closer. Squeezing the legs together, breathe. The upper legs, if your foot's out, that's great. Just kind of squeeze those thighs together. Good. Inhale. We're going to use our exhale to bring the belly in and reach for the sky. And lower down. Very nice. Step through center. And other side. This side might be different. Totally fine. Every day is different. So that's why we breathe nice and slow. So find your footing here. Maybe this side, your feet are a little closer, a little farther apart. Just observe. Good. Inhale up. Right hand holds left hand holds right wrist. Inhale, reach for the sky, and exhale over. Again, modify for your shoulder or elbow. Breathe, notice. I'm rocking a lot more on this side for some reason. I'm just going to breathe and notice. Maybe lift your toes and feel how your body is adapting. Hello, Cooper. Breathe. Very nice. Inhale. We're going to use our exhale, belly to spine, zip up that torso and arms down. Very nice. Tadasana. Lovely. Breathe. Another balance here. We're going to move into tree pose, many variations of tree pose. Planting into my left foot. I'm going to come up on the back of my right toes. Bottom, my back, right toes. I would say back, maybe it's bottom. Open the right knee. And for you, this could be tree. Again, injury, balance, doesn't matter. This is definitely grounded into our left leg, and the right foot is a kickstand. You can rest it on your heel. You can even, if you have an ankle injury or have an issue with the left foot, you can even rest it on the chair. All of that is great. Hands to heart center. If you'd like, you can lift your foot to your calf, just not on your knee. It needs to be below or on the ground, or go for it. If you can put your foot above your knee, yay, you. My legs don't do that. So I'm happy with my calf. And here, if you're rock steady, maybe your arms go up. Find your drishti. Your drishti is your point of focus. And breathe. Challenge yourself here to bring a little movement to the arms. If your hands are at your heart space, just moving from one side of center to the other. Breathe. Very nice. Lower the right toes if they're not already. Bring that right knee in. And let's slide the right foot out and lift it to hover. Breathe. And down, Tadasana. Grounding into the right foot. Left knee comes up, out. Bottom of the left toes to rest. The heel can rest on your ankle. Or you can lift it to your calf. Find your drishti, your point of focus. Breathe. Need to breathe in the balance. And if you fall out, that's okay. That's finding balance. Just come back in. But challenge yourself. Enjoy the bobble. Breathe. Challenge to move the hands. Very nice. Lower the left toes. Turn the knee. Then sliding that left foot out. Gently hover. And Tadasana. Very nice. 6 years after I broke my leg, and my balance is still different on that side. That's okay. You sit with what you have and breathe. Very nice. One big step out. We're going to open up the legs and open up the toes. And come down into goddess. So we're lowering the knees to your capacity. Breathing. Full goddess, we'll add the arms. If one or the other knees or arms doesn't work for you, just adapt to you. Good, we'll inhale here, and again, thinking of that sort of pelvic floor, that basket that is our pelvis. Exhale, draw everything in and up, reach for the sky. Inhale, soften and lower, keeping the knees open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, we'll come down. Place the hands, the fingertips on the inside of the knee. Actually, whatever's comfortable for your hand. Placing them on the knee. We're going to inhale here. And then exhale, kind of leading with the inside of the chest. Coming down toward opposite knee. Pausing here to breathe. We don't want to shove ourselves down into past our capacity. You can use your hands for bracing and a little encouraging, but we want to breathe so we don't go past what our low back wants to do today. Good. Inhale. We're going to exhale, belly to spine, come to neutral. Inhale here and exhale other side. Not looking up, keeping the head in neutral, breathe. Good, inhale and exhale, belly to spine, hands to the top of the hips and lift up. Standing center, our final standing Tadasana. Sitting with your breath. Nice. Making a fist and then opening the hands. Fists, hands. You can do that with your eyes open or closed, doesn't matter. Just bringing tension to the arms and then releasing. Tense and release. Good. Circle sweep the arms up. Big inhale. Big exhale down. Nice. Coming back to our chair. As we stood up, we're going to go down. So calves touching the front of your chair. Hands to the heart space. Or if you just really want to light it up and reach your hands up past your ears, you can do that. But as we come down, we'll come down nice and slowly. Challenge yourself. Toes up so that we're feeling into the balls of our feet and our heels. As we lower using our knees and our hip hinge. Coming down very slowly. Breathe very slowly. Awareness in our feet. Noticing kind of the balancing act of our body as we come down. Great practice every day to come down very, very slowly whenever you can. Nice and seated. Let's roll the ankles again. One way and the other. Very nice. We're going to do a little forward fold, an inversion, a brief inversion. If you have eye pressure or blood pressure issues, this is your inversion. Elbows resting on the knees and you can drop your head. That is, we don't want to drop your head below your heart with eye or blood pressure issues. You can also open your arms so that your shoulders stop you at your knees and let your head hang. That's a great inversion also. If it's accessible to you, you can open your knees even more. Hands can be on blocks or books or wrapped around your ankles or to the ground. We'll be here for about a minute. If you ever feel like you've had enough before I cue us to come up, very slowly with your eyes open and breathing steadily, just support your hands on your knees and gently come up to seated. So we'll settle into this inversion for just about a minute. Letting the face be heavy, the shoulders. Just steady breathing. Inversions are great for the lymphatic system, for circulation. If this is not your preferred inversion, you can also lie flat on the bed or the floor and prop a pillow or a folded up blanket under your hips to lift your legs. Rest your legs in the seat of a couch. That's also an inversion. And breathe. Heavy shoulders, heavy neck, heavy chest. So wherever you are, leave your head and shoulders right where they are. Open your eyes if they were closed. And one hand at a time, bring your palm to the top of your knees, leaving your head where it is. We're just going to very gently, while our eyes are open and our breath is steady, gently push into our knees to come up to seated. Eyes open. Just kind of sit with that whoosh. Bringing the knees back together if they were open. Clasping the hands, palms facing out. Inhale, bring the back of the hands in. Exhale, 45 degrees, kind of right above your eye line. Inhale, exhale up or in the direction of up. Doesn't have to be all the way, and you can separate your fingers. Inhale, exhale, 45. Inhale, exhale, straight out, really reaching through your wrists. Do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. So important for the mobility of our shoulders. If you find a spot that is not happy, back out a bit and just do it to your range. Very nice. Resting the hands, let's tuck the left hand behind the back. You can hold the fingers with the right hand if you'd like. If it don't pull, but if it goes, you just rest it there. Look over to the right. Breathe. If you find yourself leaning into a back bend, your tailbone is out just because of thinking about your shoulders, give your belly a little tuck, tailbone a little tuck, support that low back. And very gently while we're here, just lower the chin as you're sort of peeking at your right leg. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, feel that belly to spine is what picks the neck up. We're sort of using our whole torso to lift our head and back to center. Good, and then switch right hand to low back. Left fingers can hold. And look over to the left. Breathe. Very slowly lower the chin to peek at that left leg. Good. Inhale and exhale, belly to spine. Feel that strength move up the spine to lift the head back to center. and release. Release. So settle into a spot that feels good. That could be back in your chair with a blanket over you, your feet propped up, couch, floor, your choice. Wherever you settle, find a place so that your shoulders don't have to work. So for that, it might be that your arms are on the ground or on the couch or folded somehow on your stomach or resting in your lap, maybe right hand cupped in left, so that your shoulders can ease. If you're working to keep your arms in one place, then that's what you're thinking about. We want to have the body no longer working and the breath not working too hard. And the mind is always working, but we can close our eyes and invite our mind to pause, to wait, and float with the breath in and out of the body. So you can think inhale, you can think exhale, you can think peace on the inhale and ease on the exhale. Or two other words that you enjoy for inhale and exhale. And if you find your mind rushing off the mat, just guide it back gently, repeating your words and sitting with your breath. If you choose to do so, you can begin to wake the body with gentle movement, slowly deepening the breath. Palms, fingertips together, thumbs to the heart. Sitting with your inhale, exhale. Thanking yourself for this time, for your yoga, with appreciation for your body and your breath. Om Shanti, 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 which is peace, peace, peace. Namaste, everyone.